I acquired these maps as a young girl. I've carried them with me my whole life. The Wandering in the Wilderness. They're actually part of the Dead Sea Scrolls in this Bible that were taken out by the thieves. The settlement in Canaan. See, we're still in Israel and Judea. Okay. And then we have Palestine and New Testament times. I lost this page and I just found it today. I was happy. Very interesting. This is what it's supposed to be like now. Okay. The Journeys of St. Paul. I'm trying it like this. There's Athens. There's mapped out trails on here. If you need any closer views of this, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to make you a copy. I have a scanner. I do believe it's working. This right here is a divided monarchy. Okay, here's Judea. There's Israel. And the Dead Sea. There's a trail here. That's the boundary between kingdoms. Let me know if this can help anybody out in getting this whole matter settled. The score equal. And we can close this book and get on with the good stuff. This book is very confusing and there's a lot of happenings. That's the divided monarchy. Now, this is what I find very interesting. If you've been to Jerusalem, there is a lower city, an upper city, a viaduct to the city. There's dwellings of Kalpas. I can't say that word, I'm sorry. There's trails. There's all kinds of stuff here. I feel the blood. And it started back here in David's time. Right up in the corner. Okay? That's what the city looked like in David's time. We're talking about Jerusalem in Solomon's time. It looked like this. And these maps came from the Library of Alexandria. Had to have. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Now, my Bible was printed in Korea. Okay, and this is what it looked like in Nehemiah's time after Vincent. There was a tower, a second company, an upper house, horse gates. But in the time of Christ, this is what Jerusalem looks like. So I would imagine that there still is a lower city in Jerusalem that people may not know about. Now, if you want more information about this map, let me know. Just please don't hack my account. I needed. Wait. Let's see if they got. The red is the wall of the present city. And then, like, that little symbol right there, it's kind of fuzzy. Right there. That is the ruins of the walls and buildings existing in the time of Christ, which remain visible or have been rediscovered, so that you can see there's one right there and there. It looks like somebody has actually drawn in this with their ink pen. It's weird. They've discovered the walls around most of the city, the lower, the upper city. There's Herod's temple. They did discover that. And the probable location of the walls of buildings which have entirely disappeared would be the dotted lines. And I don't see too many of the dotted lines. So most of it is still there. Hopefully they still have the cleansing bath. I find this one the most interesting. I like all the levels. I would love to go there. But I thought that I took my Bible to the hospital, and I thought that it had radiation in it, so I took the cover off. But I have a marriage thing here. Marriages, births, deaths. I have a marriage certificate somewhere. I don't know. What's this? Calculations of light years. Does talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. This book right here tells the truth. And it's Words of Christ in red. And it says it is a product of both British and American scholarship. It says it's the New American Standard Bible, sought to preserve these and other lasting values of the ASV, American Standard Version. Furthermore, in preparation of the work, numerous other translations have been consulted, along with the linguist tools and literature of biblical scholarship. Decisions about English renderings were made by consensus of a team composed of educators and pastors. Subsequently, reviews and evaluations by other Hebrew and Greek scholars outside the editorial board were sought and carefully considered. The editorial board had continued to function since publication of the Complete Bible in 1971. Minor revisions and refinements recommended over the last 5 years are presented in this edition. Right here it says that the Lockman Foundation felt an urgency to update it by incorporating recent discoveries of Hebrew and Greek textual sources and by rendering it into more current English. In 1959, new translation project was launched. Over here, what it'll say, Hebrew text is the present translation, the latest edition of Rudolf Kittle's Biblia Hebraica has been employed together with the most recent light from lexicography, cognate languages, and the Dead Sea Scrolls. See, right there. Wait, where is it? Right there. It said it. The Dead Sea Scrolls right there. Not only that, you got the translation of the original Elohim, Master Lord, Adonai. There's yet another name which is particularly assigned to God, and his special or proper name, that is the 4-letter it's YHWH, but here they say that nobody knows the name of God. That's what we were always taught. YHWH, I don't know. And it's been there 4 years. That's been translated of Yahweh. However, no complete certainty attaches to pronunciation. Greek text considered was given to the latest available manuscripts with a view to determining the best Greek text. In most instances, the 23rd edition of the Nestle Greek New Testament was followed. Greek tenses. A careful detection has been made in the treatment of the Greek aorist tense, usually translated as the English past he did, and Greek imperfect tense, rendered either as English past progressive he was doing, or incentive as he began, or else customary past, and distinguished it from Greek verb from begin. There's a sequence of tenses. The translators took care to translate English rules rather than Greek, and translating Greek presents and perfects and aorist. Thus, where English says imperfects, or what Greek puts it, we knew that he does. Similarly, we knew that he had done in the Greek. We knew that he did. Likewise, the English. When he had come, they met him in represented in Greek. By when he came, they met him. In all cases, a consistent transfer has been made from Greek tense to subordinate clause to the appropriate tense in English. In the rendering of negative questions introduced by the particular me, which always expects the answer no, the wording has been altered for a mere will he not do this to a more accurate he will not do this, will he? The Lockman Foundation Okay? But, Thomas Nelson Publishers, 1976. It just so happens to be the year I was born. Let's see, he's got the Dead Sea Scrolls, Greek translation of OT, or Greek text of NT, Hebrew text, usually Masoretic text, literal translation, OR, and alternate translation justified by the Hebrew or Greek. Brackets in the text are around words, probably not in the original writings. After some references indicated a similar name, place, or thing, not necessarily indicated which. That is the text. Following verses are verses, manuscripts. Yeah. The New Testament, written translated from a Hebrew text using existing Greek or Aramaic translations, or paraphrases the material. It should be noted that modern rules for the indication of direct quotation were not used in biblical times, thus allowing freedom for omissions or insertions without specific indications of these. Freedom for omissions is kind of like you do something without realizing, I think, by omission. In Greek of historical present, the translators recognize that in some contexts, the present tense seems more unexpected and unjustified to the English reader than a past tense would have been, but Greek authors frequently use the present tense for the sake of heightened vividness, thereby transporting their readers in imagination to the actual scene of the time of occurrence. However, the translators felt that it would be wise to change these historical presents to English past tense. Therefore, verbs marked with the asterisk represent historical presents in the Greek, which have been translated with an English past tense in order to conform to the modern usage. As you see, we'll start with the Old Testament. This talks about there were two people he created before Adam and Eve. This Bible is pretty complex. Anyway, if you have any questions about these maps, let me know. I also have a dictionary. Back here, it is said that I like the little dictionary. Right here, Samaritans, the inhabitants of the central province of Palestine or Ephraim, they would hold no fellowship with the Jews, yet many of them gladly received the gospel. know that there's a word in here that it starts with the H. Yeah, wait. Father of the prophet Azariah, who encouraged Asa, king of Judah, the prophet in the Samaria, who obtained the release of the captives of Judah. Messeh, a place called Meribah in the wilderness, where the people murdered for the want of water. He named the place in Meribah. Sure, it's on the map. Lebanon, a snow-clad mountain range extending in the northeasterly direction for 100 miles along the Syrian coast from Tyre to Arvad and the country which bears its name. Here it is. Horeb, the mount. I'll let you read this. Right there, my finger is. It's spelled H-O-R-E-B, and it says, the Mount of God in the peninsula of Sinai, where the law was given to Israel. Okay? Alright. Thank you for listening.